right? So I believe everybody is able to see my screen.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
we can see the screen. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going with something called a thought process. Right? So your intention is to buy a laptop to do the project. Correct?
Yes.
So for this, what you need, you first decide the specifications as to what configuration that you need, correct?
Exactly.
Now is you are going with i3 processor. Why? Because you're a student, so you're not worried about i5, i7. Why? Because you might not be having that much budget.
Exactly.
We are initially going with i3 laptop and 8th generation. Let's say 4 GB RAM, 500 GB hard disk. And whenever somebody is buying a laptop, they will just look into the battery backup. Which laptop maker would give you good battery backup? HP, Dell,
Lenovo, I think.
I'll open a load for
Lenovo. HP. Yeah,
okay. It all depends. I mean, every laptop might give backup, but it all depends on how slim your laptop, right? How much low battery it is going consuming. It all depends, correct? So if you ask me, Apple might give you more backup than anything else. But will you be able to afford Apple laptop?
No.
You need 1 lakh and above rupees, correct?
Yeah.
So we cannot. Let's say you're going with the normal Lenovo, HP, whatever it is. So you initially look for 5 hours of battery backup, and if you keep on using, it will come down. And you might look at screen size, 12 inches, 13 inches, 14, 15.2, HD screen, full HD screen, anti-glare screen, lot of things that you will be looking into. And you might look into the basic camera pixel of 720, and you might look at some ports called USB. VGA is not coming now, but you might look at HDMI, SD card, LAN adapter, or Wi-Fi adapter, Type-C adapter, correct? So this is a configuration that you are looking into, Moise.
Yes.
So, may I know what is the price that is going to cost you in the market if this is the configuration? Anybody can comment.
No, currently, if we are going to buy this laptop,
This configuration.
for sure, yeah, we're gonna get like 35,000, 36, 30.
35 to 40. Let's say I'm going with something called 40.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now you have gone to parents and you got this budget. You have the money or you have a debit or credit card now. What do you do? What is the next thing? You have to go ahead and buy the laptop.
Yeah.
I know what are the mediums that are available in the market now to get the laptop? Online, Flipkart, Amazon, retail store. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? So the question that I want to ask everybody is, so while doing the research and while coming up with the budget and the time that it will take us to do the research, to get the budget, to get the laptop, the brand new laptop into Moi's hands, whether it is online, whether it is retail, what is the average time that will take to get the laptop into Moi's hands? Can somebody let me know?
2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days. Anybody has any other 4 or 5 days?
It depends upon the distance and delivery.
So everybody is going with 2 to 3 days. That's huge, correct?
Yeah.
1 week. 1 day. Okay. So if you are visiting the retail shop, somebody is saying 1 day.
Straight away, like.
Right. So I'm going with average 2 days, guys. Why? Because we are doing research, we are going to our parents and convincing them and getting the budget, and we have to go to retail or online. Let's say if you go to online as well, if you are staying in a city, you get in the same day or at least in the next day. So I'm going with average 2 days. Guys, if you look at, I'm marking or rounding off the money and time on this.
Last week session hello demo.
So what I'm doing, I'm rounding off the money and time always. Why? Because there is a reason behind it. Now you got the laptop into your hands, Moise. Will you be able to start working on your project? Why?
We need softwares to buy.
We need software. The very first thing that is important is what? Operating system, correct?
Exactly.
We bought the laptop without operating system. So that's where it might have cost 40,000. If you buy the laptop with operating system and MS Office as a package, you might have to pay 5,000 extra. Why? Because licensing cost. The product key cost is 5,000, correct?
Yeah.
Now, may I know what is the time, since you got a blank laptop, may I know what is the time it will take us to install the Windows 10 operating system on a brand new black laptop, Moise?
20 minutes almost, I think so.
30 to 35 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah, okay.
Now we have the operating system. Will you be able to start working on the project?
No, with only operating system we can't, and for sure the office is also like,
Yes, you need MS
Yeah,
Office, which is a
Office,
basic
yeah.
package. Why? Because to do the
Exactly.
project, you need Word document, correct?
Exactly.
To document
yes.
the things, correct? So
Yeah.
let's say I'm going with 1 hour for both operating system and MS Office installation. So for this, I'm going with 1 hour.
Exactly.
Okay. But if you buy the laptop with operating system and MS Office, it might cost you 5,000.
Exactly.
Now, Moise, will you be able to start working on your project? Why?
No, like for
You
nowadays,
need
like whatever,
softwares to be installed. For that, you need internet.
yeah,
Right.
internet.
So, may I know
Exactly.
what is the average time it will take nowadays to get a new broadband connection at home?
Yeah, 2 days. Like
Come on, man, 1 week? No.
2 days.
I would be able to get in the same day nowadays. Or at least 1.5 day to the maximum. Correct. Let's say if I'm making the request now, probably by tomorrow morning, I would get the connection. If I call them in the morning itself, probably by evening, I would be getting the connection. Correct. So at least I'm going with something called 1.5 day to get a new broadband connection. And I have to pay 500 rupees, including taxes for a minimum 40 Mbps connection nowadays. Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. So now you have everything set up. You can do the project and you completed the project. You submitted to your college, Moise. You're done with your project. Now, since you are in the final year of BTech, you got placed in a company as a software developer in the campus placements. Okay.
Okay.
Now you got placed, you exited out of the college. College is completed. Now you joined a company as a software developer. And you're using the same laptop now to install a lot of softwares. Why? Because you're a developer now, software developer. So you're tending to deploy or install Visual Studio, SQL Server Database, Power BI, Java, .NET, lot of softwares that you install in your laptop. So after you install everything, what is the behavior of your laptop?
It's extremely slow and it can't
Why it will become slow?
because we installed the all heavy softwares like
Why?
Visual
Because
Basic
it's
and
a
all, and
i3.
this is a very old laptop. Yeah, like
This is an
i3.
i3 processor. It has 4 GB RAM and 500 GB. Limited hardware you have, correct? That's
Exactly.
where you tend to go into slowness. Your screen might get frozen or freezing sometimes, and performance issues. You might get headache. You might get irritated. Out of that angriness, you might throw the laptop away. But do we really throw the laptop?
No.
But we tend to throw mobile phones, correct? So if you get angry, you tend to get you throw mobile phones. Correct? So, but will you be able to throw the laptop away if your laptop is not serving your purpose?
No.
No, you don't do. Why? Because you spent 45,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't throw this laptop away, but I can throw the laptop away in cloud. I'll show you. Okay. So remember this point.
Okay.
Now, so this laptop is not serving your purpose, Moise. Now, what you do with your laptop? Do you go and buy a new laptop, i5 laptop now? No. Why? Because you are just a student turned into a software developer. So whenever we get a job, what happens? Our dreams will active. What are the dreams? So you have to take care of your parents. So far, they have born and brought up, and they have given the money for your fee, everything, correct?
Exactly.
Now you have to take care of your parents. Let's say if you have some siblings like sister or brother, you have to take care of them as well. Then your dreams, your own dreams might become active. Like, okay, I got a job now. I have to save money to build my own dream house, or I have to buy a dream car. A lot of things, correct? So with your first month's salary, you cannot buy an i5 laptop.
Yeah.
You have a lot of expectations from your parents as well, correct? So what you do, you don't go to with i5 laptop now. You will see what can be done in the existing laptop to make it work. So what you do, you come with alternatives. What are the alternatives? You will see. You will see whether the processor can be upgraded in the existing laptop from i3 to i5.
Exactly. No processor we can't, but at least we can upgrade the RAM, SSD.
So RAM can be upgradable if you have an additional slot, which means you need to have a scope.
Exactly.
So may I know what is the average time it will take to upgrade the RAM from 4 GB to 8 GB if in case we have a slot?
It's physically just like if you open the backside laptop, it will take like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
So do you all agree? Or you have any other timeline? 10 minutes. Now,
Depends on
I'll-
laptop model.
yeah, whatever it is, but please don't answer in the air. We are going to learn cloud computing, correct? So don't answer in the air stating that it will take 5 to 10 minutes. Why I'm telling you this, once you learn this Azure admin, once you get a job, you tend to get requirement from the client. So do you tell your client that give me 5-10 minutes, I will be implementing it for you?
No,
What if you are not going to implement in 5 to 10 minutes? Your client will escalate. So
exactly.
don't just talk in the air before doing any research. Now let's do the research. Now people will come with reality time. So let's say, first of all, in order to upgrade the RAM from 4 GB to 8 GB, I need to first know whether I have the slot or not. So Mo is a student. Probably he can know about the laptop completely, or he cannot know anything about laptop. Correct. So first of all, in order to know at least, you need to know the model number. You Google, you search it, and you see slot is there. So when slot is there, we need to also know whether it's a DDR3 RAM or DDR4. Why? Because you cannot put DDR3 and DDR4. Correct?
Yeah,
It won't
It's
work.
True, true.
compatibility.
So you need to know the compatibility first. Then, if Moise can fix the laptop, upgrade the laptop himself, what he do? He go to Flipkart or Amazon, he order it. He knows how much is the maximum RAM he can go with and what is the type of the RAM. So he ordered it, within 1 or 2 days it will come. So what he will do is shut down the laptop, he'll open the back panel, he will find the slot, he will put the additional RAM, he will close the back panel, and he will switch on the laptop and it is upgraded. If he knows about it, right? Let's say if he doesn't know what he do, he will take the laptop to the retail store. He will tell the story stating that, hey, you know what, my laptop has become slow, I don't know why. So the laptop engineer will look at the laptop and he will come to know that, hey, you've installed so many softwares, your hard disk is already occupied, your RAM is totally consuming 100%. That's the reason why your laptop is slow. So you ask, what is the alternative? So the laptop service provider engineer will say, sir, we have a slot. So you can upgrade to 8 GB. You can add 4 GB RAM. So he has to give a go ahead, whether he can go with or not. He has to go, he has to give the money, correct? Then he said to go ahead. So he has did the same, open the back panel, he has put the slot and he has switched on the laptop and the performance is good. He has to return back to the home now. Why? Because it's a retail store. Now tell me, what is the average time it will take to upgrade the RAM from 4 GB to 8 GB? Now we did research. Now tell me. Now we change your mindset, correct?
Exactly, yes.
So if you're learning cloud, whatever the thought process that you have, whatever the ideology that you have to come out of that. You have to think out of the box. Now tell me, what is the time? You now know the research. Now tell me how much is the time it will take.
Like might be
What it is for retail store.
retail store, like you can say, if I go like start my journey from my home to like example CTC, it will take 1 hour. Again, that guy will take 2 hours. Almost like 5 hours, you can say.
5 hours average.
Yeah.
Why? Because they don't serve only you.
Exactly.
Go to the
yes.
laptop store, there might be few people
Yeah.
already there. Right?
Exactly.
So can I go with minimum 2 hours?
Yeah.
Minimum to minimum 2
Minimum,
hours.
yes.
What if it
minimum.
is online? Let's say you ordered in Flipkart or Amazon.
No, it will take more time.
4
2
to
or
5 days.
3 days average.
Yeah.
Now we understood the timeline to change the RAM. Minimum 2 hours. But
Yeah.
in cloud, in Microsoft Azure, I take 25 seconds. Whereas in cloud, I just take 20 to 25 seconds.
Mhm.
బయట అడుగు స్వామి ఇక్కడగా ఇది కాదు స్వామి బయట అడుగు ఇది వేరే క్లాస్ నడుస్తుంది లోపల రావద్దు కదా అట్లా అవి రెస్పెక్ట్ బట్ అక్కడ అడుగు అది ముందుకే సో in cloud I'll be upgrading my RAM from 4 GB to 8 or 4 GB 32 to 64 or 64 to 128 within fraction of seconds. I'll be showing in front of you today. Okay, so we'll realize this is what cloud is. Okay, so you're able to see some miracles as well. So let's wait until end of the class. Correct. Now we understood RAM. Do you upgrade hard disk from 500 to 1 TB? Yes, if you have the scope, you have the compatibility, you can upgrade from 500 to 1 TB. But again, what is the time it will take? The same time.
Same.
Correct. But in cloud, I can create my own hard disk of 32 terabytes. Or I can add 32 into some 20. I can create within fraction of seconds. So that we'll see in real time anyways, right? So battery backup, we cannot do anything. If you keep on using the laptop, it will become, the battery will come down. Screen size, camera ports, you cannot do anything, correct? Now what we learned what is laptop. Laptop is what? It's a physical device. So in order to work on laptop, we have to touch, we have to feel, then only we'll be able to work on, correct? So can I call laptop as a server? Yes, I can. Why not?
Yeah, for
Even
sure.
laptop has physical configuration. The hardware
Exactly.
software configuration is there. I have CPU, I have RAM, I have hard disk, I have cores or processor, motherboard, storage, everything I have, network related components, everything I have. I can call my laptop as a server. Even on my laptop, I can deploy a website or I can create a database. I can do everything. But this is physical, correct? So I have to carry everywhere if I have to work on my laptop. Laptop, I can call it as a server. Correct?
Okay.
Now
Yes.
let's talk about certain things. Okay. Guys, if the laptop is not serving your purpose, let's say if you wanted to sell your laptop after 6 months, how much you get for this i3 laptop? You hardly get 15 to 20,000.
Yeah,
If
20.
you sell in OLX or if you wanted to sell it to our friends, you'll get hardly 15 to 20,000. Let's say if you wanted to exchange the i3 with i5 laptop in e-commerce like Flipkart or Amazon, you hardly get 5 to 6,000 guys. Irrespective whether you buy the laptop now and selling out, exchanging after 1 minute or after 6 months, after 1 year, you get the same 5 to 6,000. And will you be able to give it away free of cost to your friends or relatives nowadays? No, we are commercial. Correct? We don't give it away free of cost. We need money. I mean, on earlier basis, on humanity grounds, we used to give, but nowadays we're not giving anything free. And will you be able to throw it away? No.
No.
Why? Because you spent 45,000. Correct. Now we understood the limitations. Now I ask you a few set of questions before I go to another scenario. So let's talk about certain things. Moise, you bought the
Yes.
laptop.
Okay.
You bought the laptop. Let's say your laptop battery charger adapter,
Okay.
battery adapter is not working in the 7th month. Who will fix it?
There is if there is a warranty, for sure I gonna back to the from
Anybody
where
can
I
answer.
bought it.
Okay, you mean to say
Otherwise,
service provider will
yeah,
fix it?
service provider. If there is a
Reach out
warranty
to
or
the
something.
customer care.
Okay.
Reach out to the service center.
Okay. Let's say my laptop keys, one of the key, let's say RTY key is not working in 13th
Okay.
month. Who will fix it?
I will go to the shop and for sure, whatever the keys, if it's possible, they're gonna fix it. Otherwise, we have to change complete keyboard.
Yes.
Okay. It means service provider you're talking about. Let's say I have a scratch on my screen in the 2nd month. Who will fix it?
Of course, the seller from wherever I bought.
Okay. Let's say my motherboard has corrupted in 9th month. Who will fix it?
Same, because almost 1 year warranty. Example, let us say.
So which means we are service provider will fix it. Service provider. But I
Service
don't agree
provider.
with the initial 3 answers. When the charger is not working in the 7th month, it's our job. Why? Because accessories will come with standard
6 months,
warranty.
right? Yeah,
6
you're
months.
right.
Yes,
You're
yes.
right.
So when the keys are not working in 13th month, the laptop comes with 1 year standard warranty. So it's our job to go ahead and fix the keys. If there is a scratch on the laptop screen, it's our job. Why? Because it's a physical damage.
Yes, chargeable.
Right? So why the answers are incorrect?
No, sorry, Kranti. Like
When,
because
I'm
it
not
depends,
talking-
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is a condition applied to
Yeah,
each and every
condition.
question, correct? Which
Okay.
means we need to change our thought process.
Mhm.
When somebody is asking a question, why this question? Why only this question? Why it is interlinked? Why is asking only for laptop? Why not pen or something else? So we need to remember and link up with everything, right? Warranty is linked up with everything is as to whether I have to fix it or service provider. That's where I asked you, if something is corrupted, who will fix it? It's me or service provider. So people have started talking about service provider, but we need to have a condition in place called warranty. Unless you have an extended warranty, your service provider won't fix it. Now, what we understood laptop is a server, physical server. We have to touch, we have to feel to work it, and we have a lot of limitations in the server. And it takes a lot of time to upgrade the laptop, the physical laptop. If you have to upgrade the same, it will take a lot of time. Now let's go back to one more scenario called a startup scenario called Zomato. You know what is Zomato?
Yeah.
Food delivery app.
Food
May I know in
delivery,
which year Zomato has started its company in India? In which year Zomato has started its operations? Any guess? 2016, no? Let's say 2009-10. When the 2G internet is booming in India, when we are slowly migrating from the feature phones to the basic smartphones, Zomato wanted to take this an advantage. Why? Because there is no food delivery application online available in India, correct? So they want to take it as an advantage. But do you think it's a unique idea or it's a copycat idea?
Unique idea.
It's a copycat from different
Copy.
countries,
Okay. Okay.
right? So even Amazon, Flipkart is a copycat idea. I mean, Flipkart is a copycat of Amazon in US, correct? So it's a copycat, but it's unique in India. Why? Because we don't have any
Yeah.
online food delivery app, correct?
Exactly.
So Zomato has actually started its company by providing reviews to the restaurants initially. Let's say if we wanted to go to any restaurant, we used to look at the reviews, correct? As to what is the hygiene of the restaurant, whether they follow the quality, quantity they will give you,
True.
or the staff is good, or ambience of the restaurant is good, right? How they serve, right? Everything we'll look into it, and if the food quality, taste, everything is good, we used to go there, correct? Who used to
Yes.
provide reviews? Zomato used to provide reviews to the restaurant initially. Then they slowly migrated and come up with an idea called why don't we move to online food delivery business? That's when in 2010 they have started this business. Correct? But before that, it's a startup. Correct? How every company will start? Every company will start with a human being. But
Exactly.
not every human being won't be coming up with the unique ideas. Why not every human being cannot create their own startup? Question, valid question. Why only few individuals will come up with ideas? And if you convert that idea into reality, what has happened? Company will be forming.
Yeah.
Why not everybody come up with an idea? Why? Because it all depends on our background. From which background you are coming from, where did you study, what is your circle of friends,
Exactly.
in which institute you studied, right? Your financial status, everything depends. Correct? That's where not every individual cannot come with an idea. Though you come with an idea, you need money, investment to turn that into reality. So when you turn that idea into reality, the startup company will be forming, correct? So this guy is the owner of Zomato, has an idea, unique idea of why don't we come up with a food delivery app online, since the internet is booming in India and the people are started using smartphones, and they can do everything with the phone with their hands, right? So we can do banking transactions, we can order something, right? You can chat with your friends. Lot of things have changed, correct? So there is no laptop needed for us now. Everybody can use mobile phones to do their work, correct? So in the same way, this individual has an idea. So this individual has an idea, but this guy doesn't have any money, or this guy might not be from a programming background to build their own application. So what they did, they reached out to an investor. So who are investors? Big shots. They have a lot of money. So if they like the idea, they invest the money. So they invested, let's say 10 lakhs rupees. So with this 10 lakhs, this owner of the Zomato has bought a domain called zomato.com. And the plan is to build a website where you can access in the browser zomato.com. You can register order the food. And the other idea is to build a mobile application for Android and iOS. Apple and Android, correct? So now this guy has hired 3 developers and 1 IT support engineer, and they told that 15,000 or something is the salary per month. And now this guy has to take a space where they set up the company. They need to have some space. So they looked in Delhi, New Delhi, and they found space on rent or lease basis. So they've taken the space, and they need to now set up the infrastructure. What is infrastructure? First, they need to buy the physical server hardware from vendors like HP, Dell, right? And they have to set up in the company. We call that as on-premises data center. The physical server hardware that you see within the company where you are hosting your applications is nothing but on-premises data center. Correct? And they need internet connectivity, they need electricity, they need UPS if in case the power goes down, and they need to buy the tables, chairs for the employees, laptops, desktops, and they need to set up a false ceiling or fans, lights, receptionist, Lot of things that they have to set up. What are all of these things? Infrastructure setup. This is completed. Now it has took 3 weeks of time for them to set from scratch to the infrastructure, and it took some 7 lakhs. And it has costed something, correct? And now the developer started developing the application since the owner has shared the idea. So the developer used some programming language like Java, .NET, whatever it is, and they build the application. It's time to test the application. So testing is completed. Investor is super happy with output. Now investor wanted to go live. Means they wanted to bring this application into Android Play Store or App Store. How they will be able to bring? So do you think in India without advertisement something can work? Any product, if you are launching, advertisement is must have. So the advertisement has happened. So this investor is so smart. He has showcased what is Zomato. What is Zomato? Zomato is an online food delivery application. You can access over web browser and application. You install, you sign up or register. You can see the nearby restaurants in your application, and you can order the favorite food from the restaurants, and you can use coupon codes while proceeding to the payment gateway. You can go with debit or credit or Zomato coupons, and you're getting the same food at the discounted price. And once you order, the restaurant will accept. The delivery boy will travel to the restaurant, pick up the order, and the delivery boy will deliver the food to your doorsteps. So who is getting benefited with Zomato?
Both like restaurant owner as well as
Everybody.
everybody.
Restaurant
Yeah,
online business has gone up like crazy. Are we
Yeah.
now visiting restaurant or ordering food online?
mostly ordering food online.
Ordering food, and I bet in everybody's mobile either Swiggy or Zomato is there
Sure.
now.
Of
It's a
course.
mandatory app that has become now. Correct?
Yes.
Online business of restaurant has gone up, and being a customer, I'm getting the same food at the discounted price at the doorstep. I'm saving a lot of time and money. And for Zomato, obviously, profit margin. Correct? Everybody is getting benefited. And Zomato is hiring a lot of employees, and the indirect employees, delivery boys. So may I know how many delivery boys that we have for Zomato throughout India? Can somebody guess? How many employees we have in Zomato? We have 5,000 plus employees, and somewhere around 3,000, 3 lakhs plus, close to 4 lakhs delivery boys throughout India, guys. So these are all indirect employees, but the direct employees are 5,000 plus. So in 2009-10, they have started as a startup with 4 to 5 employees, and now in 2023, they have become a very big company. So they might have struggled a lot. They have put a lot of efforts, undergone a lot of challenges, and they are in this position, correct? And one thing is Zomato has shares as well. Do you think for a startup company to host their shares in the National Stock Exchange or Bombay Stock Exchange is so easy? No, right? They have struggled a lot. So we'll understand this story now, correct? So why this Zomato I'm taking as an example is because they have started with physical server hardware. They have gone with limited server hardware capacity and they have gone to the business live. And this has happened in 2010. And Zomato is a success story. They have implemented in major cities initially like Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Ahmedabad. But now you see, you go to villages as well, you have the Zomato, correct? You have Zomato, it is being delivered the food in villages as well nowadays, or bundles, towns, whatever that you call it as. Correct?
Yes.
So a startup has been expanded and it has grown up like crazy. Correct? So why this story that I'm talking? In 2010, this has happened. Do you think in 2011 they can run the show with only 4 employees? No, they have to expand the business, correct? So when they are planning to expand the business to 100 people in 2011, do you think they would be getting the same space in the same building? I mean, 100 people space in the same building? No, correct? So they have to roam here and there, and they have figured out an empty space for 100 people. And they have to set up everything from scratch, all the infrastructure. So it took 10 crores of rupees probably, and 3 lakhs of 3 months of time. And they buy the physical server hardware in huge quantity now from the vendors like HP Dell. And they have to buy chairs, tables, laptops, desktop, networking cable, switch, router, hub, false ceiling or centralized AC now, receptionist, HRs, technical support engineers or developers, your customer care executives to answer the customer queries, right? So it took a lot of time and a lot of money upfront. There is no discount EMI options to set up this guys, right? And now we are in 2023 and now we have seen 5,000 plus employees and Zomato is in cloud always now. So why the reason why they have moved from physical server to cloud is the story today. So let's go with the real-time scenario. Guys, let's assume today is Sunday. Let's assume today is Sunday. So Sunday afternoon, 12 o'clock is the time now. So generally on Sundays, we tend to eat a lot of non-veg, correct? We order food in restaurants. Agree? Sundays, non-veg is a festival, correct? So let's say 12 o'clock, by this time, all the restaurants in India might have already prepared the food or in the work of preparing the food, correct? Right? So if I open Zomato or Swiggy at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, will I see all the restaurants or only few? Only few. Why? Because whenever the restaurant completed their food, they will open for online, correct? Then only you start seeing more restaurants nearby in Zomato, correct?
True.
So let's say it's 12:15, all the restaurants open. So customers started ordering the food, right? So few customers have already ordered, restaurants have accepted, delivery boys are traveling to restaurant to pick up the order. Few delivery boys have already picked up the order and on the way to deliver the food to the doorsteps of the customer. Okay. Now at 12:30, this Zomato.com website is hosted in this server, guys. So this server is crashed. This server is crashed. What is the situation now? What is the situation now?
Problem. Everything will stuck up. Like
It is down. Zomato.com
down, yes.
application, website, everything is down. Correct. And let's assume the website or the application or the server has come up in the evening 5:30. It's almost 4.5 to 5 hours downtime. So what is the consequences during this downtime? Loss, huge loss. Restaurants, they prepared huge food. So on what basis they prepared the food on Sunday? Pre or Sundays, at least they'll take 2 to 3 Sundays. How many orders we have got from Zomato or
Orders.
customers? They'll prepare, let's say 200 orders on previous Sundays. And do you think only they'll take the pre or Sundays or they will consider something else? They'll consider the speciality of the day as well. Let's say on Sunday, a Hindu festival is there. Lakshmi Puja is there. Do you think people will order a lot of non-veg? No, correct?
No.
The restaurants would be preparing the food based on pre or Sundays orders and the speciality of the day, whether any festival, Hindu festival is there, they don't cook a lot of non-veg, correct? So all the food is wasted now. Do you think the same food for lunch, I mean, they prepared in lunch would be served in dinner? Certain restaurant will do it, but it's a loss. The Zomato is loss. They are not getting profit revenue. Customer reputation hit. So I tend to go to Swiggy from tomorrow. I don't go with Zomato. Why? Because I have a very bad experience. Right? So Zomato will lose customers, probably other vendor, Swiggy might gain customers. So everywhere it's a loss if the server hardware is going down. So when this will be bringing it up or coming up, how will it come it up? So who are the responsible person to identify this issue now? If the server is
IT.
going down, who has to identify? IT team of Zomato.
Right.
Let's say
Exactly.
they identified the issue, but they're not able to bring this server up. Then they have to call or raise a request or ticket with the vendor like HP Dell. Do you think HP and Dell is coming straight away, right away? Or they'll take
No.
at least 1 day, 2 day, or 1 week. Do you think till that time I can afford the downtime of Zomato.com? That's a huge loss, correct? So I cannot afford downtime. So this is going to happen in physical server hardware base. There's always a dependency between vendor, correct? That's why we have to wait, but we don't have any time to have the website go down. So if your website is going down, there's a huge loss that is going to happen. That's where people tend to move to cloud. So if you move to cloud, you can set up backup so easily. So if this server is going down, you can have your backup from this server probably. Or if you wanted to set up the backup in physical server, you have to buy the physical server hardware additionally first. And this might cost you 10 plus and 20 crores. But do you have money to afford 20 and more crores? Probably no, correct? So you have to first buy the physical server hardware from the vendors. Then what you can do, you can have your website backup here. So if this is going down, your website would be up and running from this server. Correct? But buying the physical server hardware is dealt with upfront costs. This might not be possible. That's why people are tending to move to cloud. So this is all about the two scenarios that I wanted to talk from daily life. One is laptop and one is Zomato. Right? So what we understood what is the physical server, what are the complications. Correct. Now, shall we move to cloud? Right. So before I move to cloud, I have one question. Guys, everybody, please answer. Will you be able to watch the premium movies or the latest movies in the OTT platforms like Disney Hotstar, Amazon Prime, and Netflix?
No.
Yes.
Need to pay some cost for that.
Yes, subscription.
Yes.
Earlier, before
Subscription.
1, 2 years, 3 years back, they used to give at least 1 day free trial or 1 week, 1 month. But nowadays, everybody is charging from the day one itself. You have to take the subscription to watch the movies online. Correct. So in the same way, if you wanted to move to the cloud computing environment, you wanted to move to the virtual world, and that to Microsoft Azure, you have to take a subscription. And that is free of cost for 1 month. Right? So if in case you wanted to enroll for the course, you just have to pay for the course fee only, but you will be getting a free trial subscription, which is valid for 1 month. And Microsoft is ready to give you 15,500 rupees plus credit to you, or 200 US dollars. So using those credit, you can do the practicals from your end, but you just have to pay for the course fee. Why? Because in YouTube or in Google, nobody will cover real time. Correct? Everything is theory. So to learn from real time, you have to go and pay for the course fee with any trainer and institute, but you can do the practicals free of cost. But when the free trial version is coming free of cost, obviously there will be some limitations, correct? But you can avoid that limitations and you can use that free trial subscription to do the practicals and to be an Azure administrator. Okay, that free trial is enough for us. So what are the limitations we'll talk about in real time, correct? But the catch is, in order to create a free trial subscription, you need to have a debit or credit card of Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. The RuPay cards are not allowed. You know, the central government of India is giving some RuPay debit cards, correct? So those are not applicable. You need to at least have a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express debit or credit card to create a subscription free of cost, correct? So let's move on to the cloud computing. So I have a subscription already, guys. So I have to go and access a portal called portal.azure.com. So this is the official Microsoft Azure website, portal, whatever that you talk about. So this is the heart of Microsoft Azure. So without this, you cannot do anything. Without this, you cannot do anything. So I already have a subscription. You can see my credentials here. So what is the agenda for the day? We learned physical server. Now we need to learn what is virtual server. So for that, we are moving to cloud computing. Cloud computing is all about virtual world, virtual server. So now I'm going to create something called virtual machine. Right? Let's click on create a virtual machine. So I'm clicking on create new. Just let's observe carefully. Why? Because I'm going to ask a lot of questions after creating this. We will compare the physical environment that we talk about and virtual environment. Now I need to have a subscription. I have a subscription here. Now create a resource group. Let's say this is something called demo RG. I'm not going to explain everything. I'll explain in real time in depth. But since the thing is demo, so I'm going to create you a demo virtual machine. Now I need to give a name to my virtual machine. Let's say I'm giving something called virtual machine 1, and I can create anywhere in the world. Let's say you have a lot of data centers, guys. So if I open certain pictures now, so this is the global map. Wherever you see a blue circle, dotted circle, you have a Microsoft Azure data center there. Wherever you see a blue circle, you have a Microsoft Azure data center there. Correct? So how many data centers we have in India? How many we have? 3. One is in Chennai, South India. Central India is Pune. West India is Mumbai. And the good news is, in the next 1.5 years, you have the 4th data center going and coming in Hyderabad. And Hyderabad's data center is going to be the 2nd largest data center in the world. It is going to be the very biggest data center. And are we stopping with only 4th data center in India? No. If you look at the news 1.5 months back, our minister from Telangana, Mr. IT Minister K.T. Ramarao, has visited Davos, Europe, Switzerland, and he has participated in the World Economic Forum. Correct? And he has signed up with an agreement with Microsoft. So Microsoft is gonna set up and is ready to set up 3 to 4 more data centers. Altogether, in Hyderabad, we have 5 data centers gonna come up. Okay, guys, I'm already settled. I'm earning too much. I can say I'm earning 3 much. I'm having 15 plus years. I'm working professional. I'm doing trainings. I'm already settled. And I'm a multi-cloud certified as not just into Azure, AWS, GCP, Alibaba Cloud. I learn a lot and I'm an expert. I'm already settled. Why this story for you is, so when you don't have a data center in Hyderabad, you still have huge openings in the market on Azure. Just think of 5 more data centers gonna come in Hyderabad itself. Just think of the career that you are gonna get in cloud, the two from Microsoft. So you should not have to worry about your career in the next 10 to 15 years, right? So you can have a false proof career for yourself, correct? So this is the right time to learn. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm in Hyderabad and I'm gonna travel to United States of America. How I will travel? Using internet. Simple. So I'm in India, my relatives are in US. How I was able to talk with them on daily basis and getting into a video call? I have internet, they have internet. I have a WhatsApp video call. I have a FaceTime, even they have them. I'm calling using internet and I'm able to talk with them virtually. I'm able to see them as well. Whatever they are doing, I'm able to see. So this is all virtual world. We should not be touching each other to speak now, correct? So that is the era that we are going into now. So I'm in Hyderabad. I am traveling to East US data center now. We have East, West, South, North directions, correct? I'm getting into a data center called East US. You see huge distance, correct? Correct. I'm gonna travel within fraction of seconds using internet now. From Hyderabad, I'm in Hyderabad in the Institute of Amirpet, correct? I'm gonna travel to East US and I'm gonna get inside the data center. So how the data center will look like? So this is the data center of Azure. This is one of the sample data centers. See how huge it is? So let's get into the data center. So this is how the racks and servers are going to be. Yes, these are all physical for Microsoft. These are all physical racks, servers, network cables for Microsoft, but this is virtual for me. Why? Because I'm in Hyderabad. I'm going to travel to this data center. I'm going to get inside this data center using internet. So I don't touch anything. I don't feel anything, but I still take the server hardware on rent basis and I'm going to create my own virtual machine or a website. I can do anything in the virtual world. So virtual world is nothing but, cloud computing is all about the virtual servers. We don't see the servers, we don't touch them, we don't even get into the data centers. We can be somewhere else and the data center can be somewhere else. In a virtual world, in a remote area. That's what cloud computing is all about. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get inside this data center and I'm going to create a virtual machine here. All I do is using internet. So let's go with East US data center. You can select Indian data center, Australian data centers, anywhere. You have 60 plus data centers available in the cloud. And Microsoft proudly says that it is one and only data center in the world. Cloud service provider in the world is having many data centers when you compare with any other cloud service provider like AWS, GCP, Alibaba Cloud, right? So wherever you have the customers, you have the data centers over there. So you can choose the nearest data centers to deploy your infrastructure. So I'm going to do deployment from Hyderabad to East US now. I'm going to create a virtual machine. So let's go ahead and select East US and you can choose your own operating system base. The image is nothing but operating system. Let's say you can go with Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows Server operating system, Linux operating systems, anything of your choice. There is no limitation. I'm going with Windows Server 2016 and I'm going to select my size, hardware size. So how many CPUs that you need? 2 virtual CPUs, 8 gigabytes of RAM for your machine. You pay how much? 5,500 rupees per month. But do you think I'll be paying 5,500 right away? No, why? Because I'm getting into cloud environment. So I generally take the server on rent, which means I take that on rent and I should have to get a bill. Once I get the bill, I have to pay. So I have almost 1 more month to go ahead and pay the bill back. Guys, let's say if I scratch the credit card with 40,000 today, will I have to pay right away? If I scratch my credit card today, will I have to pay right away? I have to wait until my bill gets generated. So once the bill is generated, will I have to pay right away? Once the bill is generated, will I have to pay on that same day? 15 more days, correct? So in the same way, I am taking the server on rent basis now and I have a billing cycle. So my billing cycle goes with every 1 month, first of the month to end of the month. So I have to wait until day 31st to get my bill. So I get my bill and I have 30 more days to go ahead and pay the bill back, which means almost close to 2 months I don't pay anything. And I pay very least amount guys. What is that amount? We'll talk about. So you can go with 2 CPUs, 8 gigabytes of RAM. The least machine is 1 CPU, 1 gigabyte of RAM. Right? Or you have to pay how much? 596 rupees per month only guys, which is that cheap. And you can go with 8 CPUs, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 4 CPUs, 16 gigabytes. And if you go to all sizes, you will now wonder. Let's sort it out with CPUs. Is how many, what is the configuration of the machines that we have? Let's see, 4 CPUs, 28 gigabytes of RAM machines are also available. You see, 8 CPUs, 56 gigabytes of RAM. You see, 12 CPUs, 112 GB of RAM, 168 GB of RAM. And you see, 96 CPUs, 1924 GB of RAM machine is also available in cloud. But let's say I wanted to get a new laptop in India. I know what is the maximum RAM that I can get in India in a laptop?
16 GB.
16 GB to the max. I might get 32 GB, but I have to pay more than 2 lakhs rupees. So 32 GB RAM can be installed on only i7 and i9 processors. But do you think i7, i9 are cheap? You have to go with more than 2 lakhs. But here I get whatever that I require is, whatever the client customer is asking, you can go ahead and create that. So what is my requirement? I'm going with 2 CPUs, 8 gigabytes of RAM. So I have to pay 5,500 rupees per month, but I don't pay this now. Why? I'll let you know. Let's give an admin name. So VM1 is my administration account name and give the password so that we can log into the virtual machine. And now open the ports. So how I should be accessing this virtual machine, which was there in United States of America from my laptop? I need to open a port called remote desktop protocol port 3389 from the networking app to open. That's it. Now click on review create. Now there is a validation that is being happening from Microsoft. So it will validate me and let me know whether everything is right or not. Now let me take a snippet here. Yes, what is the cost it is showing me? 7 rupees 53 paisa per hour I have to pay. But do you think I'll be paying this now? No. I'll tell you why. So validation is passed, which means whatever the details that I've selected is absolutely perfect. Now click on create. Yes, now time is important for me. Time is really important for me. Now what happened, you know, I'm in Hyderabad using internet subscription, Microsoft Azure subscription. I'm traveling to East US and I'm getting into this data center now. Let's say I'm getting inside the data center. So Microsoft will help me to choose a rack and server and they will help me to create a virtual machine. Right? Now you see, when did we started the deployment? 10:29:17 seconds. So how much time it will take? Let's see guys. It will take just fraction of seconds. Guys, let's observe the time. Now it is 46. Now you see guys, VM is created, virtual machine is created. How much time? What is the time now? 10:29:52 seconds it has created, which means how much time it took? 22 plus 13 seconds. So altogether in 35 seconds, my virtual machine is created. Just 35 seconds, I got a machine created, guys. You see, virtual machine is created already. You see, deployment succeeded. Now go to the resource and now access the virtual machine now. So how do you access a VM? Using the public IP address, the internet protocol IP address you access, and you need a medium called remote desktop connection. So in Windows operating system, there is an application called Windows Desktop Connection would be coming by default. You should not have to install this separately. This is inbuilt. Let's open remote desktop connection. Paste your IP address, hit enter, connect. Now it is asking you to give the admin name. What is the admin name that I've given? VM1 and give the password. Hit enter, accept the certificate. Obviously, this is my local machine and this is the virtual machine which was there in United States of America. You see how fast the machine would be, guys. How fast the machine could be. So this is a virtual machine, so the machines would be super duper fast compared to the physical machines that we have. Why? Because these have Intel Xenon Platinum processors, which you might not have ever seen. So Intel Xenon Platinum processors will be only used in data centers. So you see how fast the machine is. It is taking us to the desktop screen super fast. Correct? Now let's observe carefully. There are some things that are going to happen. Now I logged into my virtual machine. This machine is located in United States of America, not here. But how I did access? Using internet. Now it is asking network. Yes, did I ask network while creating the machine? Did I ask the internet to be given by Microsoft while I was creating the machine?
No.
No, but Microsoft has given the internet by default. Okay, so I don't want to allow this, so go with no. Now what I wanted to do is, I wanted to go ahead and do a speed test in my local machine. So this is my local machine, let's do a speed test. So who is providing internet for me? ACT. You know, ACT is one of the internets or ISP in Hyderabad, correct? So I'm in the institute, I'm using my local, you see Wi-Fi, you can see. So this is being provided by ACT. What is the speed? Let's see. What is the speed? Let's look into it. Should cross 150 Mbps. I don't know why it is giving just 25 Mbps. But this is my speed, guys. Okay. So if I do the speed test in my virtual machine, how much is the speed that I can get? Can somebody guess?
Same.
Same. Okay, you see 23.73 Mbps is the speed, and upload is almost the same. Correct? So let's open the virtual machine. I'll do a small change here now. I'll go to local server, the server manager, and go to Internet Explorer settings. I'll cover this in the real time. I'm doing a small change. Yeah, now I'll open Internet Explorer. And I'll install Google Chrome browser, guys. Let's see how much fast it will get installed. So let's accept the default settings of Internet Explorer and go ahead and type something called google.com and you install Google Chrome browser. You see, it is asking Google recommends using Chrome. Let's go with S. So I'm installing Google Chrome browser in my virtual machine. Let's click on download Chrome and run it. Right. So Google Chrome will install. And now open File Explorer. And let's look at my configuration. Guys, if you go to this PC, did I ask it for C drive and temporary storage D drive while I was creating virtual machine? But Microsoft has given. So 127 GB of C drive they have given. And in this, what we have? Windows Server operating system. May you know how much time it will take to install Windows Server operating system in my physical machine?
30 minutes.
30.
More than 1 hour. See, normal Windows 10 itself will take 30 to 45 minutes. Windows Server operating system, it will take more than 1 hour. But in how many minutes or seconds we got this machine? Just 35 seconds, I believe, correct? 35 to 40. You see, Chrome browser is installed, guys. Chrome browser is installed super quick. Now, I did not ask for C and D drive, but Microsoft has given. And in C drive, we have the Windows Server operating system installed. Correct? Now, right click on this PC and go to properties and let's look at our virtual machine server configuration. Let me take a snippet of this. Okay. What is the configuration that we got? Windows Server 2016 data center operating system. And you see processor is Intel Xenon Platinum 8171M processor. And installed RAM is 8 GB and it's a 64-bit operating system. My computer name is VM1. So let's save this configuration on my desktop. This is what? Configuration. So you can see the configuration snippet has been come up here and you see Google Chrome shortcut. Why? Because we've installed Google Chrome. Now what I do a speed test. So what is the speed you tell? Same speed, correct? So don't be surprised by looking at the speed test now. So who is providing internet for me? Microsoft Azure. I did not ask it them, but they have providing the internet. I have shown you in the local as well, correct? ACT is the internet service provider. Let's go with the speed test. So please don't surprise by looking at the speed test. The super duper speed, correct? But I'm not satisfied with the speed. I'm at least expecting more than 800 Mbps. So if I do the speed test again, probably I might get. Why? Because I just created the virtual machine, correct? It might take some time. But this is the speed 349 Mbps, correct? Let me do the speed test again. Let's see what is the speed that I can get. See, I told you I'm not satisfied, correct? Okay, this is my download 617 Mbps, correct? Let me take a snippet of this as well. Okay, let me paste it on my local. This is what speed. So you can see you have Google Chrome shortcut, you have configuration and speed files, correct? Now what I do, guys, I upgrade my RAM from 8 GB to whatever that you tell, I'll upgrade. Do you need 16 GB, 32 GB? I'll upgrade right away. I know how much time it will take. Just fraction of seconds. So I'll show you in front of you. You see 8 GB RAM. Support this what I taken. I've taken a snippet test. I've taken a snippet, correct? 8 GB. So I'm even ticking this mark. Let's say I'm going with marking this as K something. So for your reference, I'm saving this. Now I minimize the VM and I go to virtual machine. I go to something called size here. And which size I need? I need 8 CPUs and 32 GB RAM. So this is what I want to upgrade. Let's click on resize. You see resize is happening. Whenever the resizing of virtual machine is happening, your virtual machine will shut down. I'm not doing anything. I'm raising my hands. You see virtual machine is restarting. In physical machine also, without shutting down the laptop, you cannot upgrade your RAM from 4 to 8, correct? In the same way, you need some downtime.
Yes.
So now time is important, guys. What is the time it would take? You see, a few seconds ago, I initiated. You would be able to see a success message same like this now, right? Successfully resize the virtual machine. The message should come here. The message should come. See, fraction of seconds, correct? Now you refresh, you take the public IP and you open the RDP session. Now it would be super fast. It won't ask the VM name now, admin name, it will ask only the password. It will ask only the password now. And the virtual machine would be super fast. The boot time would be super duper fast now. You see, it is asking admin password. Let's go ahead and give it. Now you see the boot time is super fast. It will take us to the desktop screen within no time. Let's accept the certificate. It is taking some time. It should not basically. Let's go ahead and connect it again. Yeah. Now you see how fast the boot time would be. It will take us to the desktop screen super fast. You see how quickly it is taking us to the desktop screen. So these are virtual servers, so it will be super fast. Now you see every file is there, which means I'm using the same machine, correct? Now let's open Chrome, everything. You open it up and open your file explorer and look at the configuration. Look at the configuration. So if you go to this PC and right click, go to properties. Yes, what is the current configuration? You see the same snippet I have taken, correct? Earlier it was 8 GB, now it is 32 GB. So within fraction of seconds, I upgraded. What else you need, guys, in cloud, correct? And you see the beauty is you can even upgrade the processor. You see the processor is Intel Xenon Platinum 8171M CPU. It is 2.6 gigahertz. And you now see it is Intel Xenon CPU E5 2673, which means in the virtual world, I can upgrade the processor, I can upgrade RAM, you can add hard disk, everything I can do. Right? Within no time. What else you need? Now, why do I do the speed test, guys? So if I do the speed test now, may I know what is the speed that I can get? So now you'll all open your mouths. You'll get surprised. You see, Microsoft is giving the internet. Now go with the speed test. So probably this speed you never ever seen in the entire world. Did you ever seen this speed? I'm still not satisfied with this speed. It should cross 4 Gbps. I'm not satisfied with 2 Gbps. I'll do the speed test again. But we did not see this speed, correct? May I know how much amount you have to pay to get this speed in India? For 1 Gbps only, you are paying 2,500 per month. Correct? So let me do the speed test again. Let's see what is the speed. It is 2082. Correct? Let's do the speed test again. It should basically cross 4 Gbps. Probably it may take some time. But this is what the speed. Let's say if I have to download a 4K movie file which is having 1.2 terabytes, how many seconds it will take? Crazy speed, correct? So this is what Microsoft Cloud is offering this. Right? Now what I do, I don't need this machine. I am canceling this. So a remote session would be disconnected. Now I go to my virtual machine and I delete my VM. I'm hitting delete virtual machine 1. The action will permanently delete this virtual machine. Let's accept the terms and conditions and delete it. I don't need it, which means whenever I need it, I can create. Whenever I need it, I access it. Whenever I don't need it, I delete it. And I can be in any corner of the world to do these activities. Why? Because it's just internet. Cloud is all about internet, correct? So I'm deleting the machine now. Now let's see how much time it will take. Well, 1 minute probably your machine would be deleted. Now let's go back and compare. Guys, what we understood to buy the laptop, how much time it is taking? I told you, you guys told you 1 week, but I've gone with minimum 2 days. But now, in how much time we created a virtual machine? 30 to 40 seconds. Crazy, correct? And updating the RAM, fraction of seconds, but in real time, it is at least taking 5 hours. Correct? Our hard disk also the same ways. It takes fraction of seconds only, correct? And obviously, if your laptop is not serving your purpose, you cannot throw this away, but I just showed you how I can throw this away, correct? And you have seen, you are paying 500 rupees to get a 40 Mbps connection for 1 month, and you have seen the speed, correct, inside the virtual machine. So if you get that speed, will your virtual machine will slow down or you get performance issues, latency issues? Never. That's what the cloud is offering. And how much time it is taking to install operating system? 30 to 45 seconds. And within 30 to 40 seconds only, I got server operating system, super duper internet access, RAM, CPUs, I got everything. So what else you need, guys? Now probably you're slowly understanding why people are crazy in moving to cloud from on-premises. Correct? And how much I pay now? Guys, I deleted the virtual machine. Correct? You see, successfully deleted virtual machine. So if I refresh now, I get the not found error, cloud raindrops error. If I refresh the browser, the resource is not found. You see, the virtual machine resource was not found. So how many minutes I used this virtual machine? 8 minutes. Correct? From 10:39 to 46. Let's assume 8 or 9 minutes I've used. Now tell me how much I pay. Guys, in cloud, the billing happens every 1 minute. So if this is per hour, how much I pay? I hardly pay 1 rupee, 1.5 rupee now. Do you think I'll be paying right away? No, I have to get a bill. I have 1 more month to go ahead and pay back. Which means I'm taking the server hardware on rent basis from anywhere in the world, and I can access this machine from any corner of the world, and I can deal it from anywhere in the world. Simple. This is all virtual world. Now let's go ahead and define what is cloud computing now. What is cloud computing? Shall we define and see whether we justified it or not? Cloud computing is nothing but delivery of computing services over the internet. Don't you think we just did that? Correct? We used compute, network, storage, everything over the internet. So why we move to cloud? To set up the environments rapidly within no time. Right? Why? Because your customer can demand, order that, okay, I need 100 VMs, I need 10 VMs, I need a website to be deployed. Please do it quickly. So we just take fraction of seconds, minutes to satisfy the client requirements. And why we move to cloud? To scale to meet the peak demands. What I just did, 8 GB RAM to 32 GB, within fraction of seconds I upgraded. Right? You can do miracles on the cloud. And why we move to cloud? To increase the daily activities, to increase productivity, efficiency, and to save cost. Right? So in on-premises, you have to buy the same server hardware. You're putting some lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees, but in virtual world, you don't need a single rupee, guys. Why? Because Microsoft is giving you a free trial subscription valid for 30 days, and you get $200 as a credit or 15,500 rupees plus credit. So I can use that and practice. Now, what is the difference between on-premises and cloud now? Because in on-premises, in Zomato situation or in laptop, it's you have to manage your own server. Nobody from outside will come, and you have to hire IT people to manage, and you have to pay or rent the real estate, and you have to take all the headache, all the risk. But if you move to cloud, someone else will own the servers. Who is the someone? Microsoft Azure. So someone else hire IT people, someone else pay the rent or real estate cost, and we have to be here to just configure the servers. Everything else will be taken care by Microsoft itself. We should not have to worry about it. Correct? So these are all the benefits when you are getting if you move to cloud. Why the hell anybody will stay in physical environment now? That's the reason why you move to cloud. So let's go to something called, what is Microsoft Azure now? So Microsoft, everybody knows it's a product-based company in the world. It's a top company, correct? It has been into developing a lot of products like operating systems, server operating systems. It's a Visual Studio, .NET languages, PowerShell, Power Apps and Flow, Power BI, SQL Server database. A lot of products it has developed and delivered into the world, correct? So it has been into cloud computing in the year 2010, right? So AWS is a pioneer in the market. It has come in the market in 2006, but after 4 years, your Microsoft has come into picture, and I'm proud to say that Microsoft is standing number 1 in the market now, right? So not everybody would be staying so long. The Nokia is a king in the market in mobile industry at times, correct? But where is Nokia now? Do you see Nokia? You might be still seeing Nokia mobiles, but people are still buying them. No, why? Why? Because Nokia failed to adopt Android operating system. That's why they are nowhere in the world now. But who has adopted? Samsung has adopted, and Samsung was the king for a few years. Then if you ask me who is the king now, nobody is the king. iOS, Apple is the king for its own dynasty. But in Android, you have Realme, you have Oppo, you have Samsung, Vivo, MI, Redmi. Lot of companies tell that we are also having equal share in the market. So now Microsoft is number 1. Earlier AWS was, but the equations have been changed now. Microsoft is number 1. So why Microsoft? Why? Because Microsoft can be integrated with any programming language, any third-party tool. But if you go with AWS or GCP, you cannot. Why? Because they don't have their own tools. Microsoft is a product-based company. It's a developer-friendly company. It has a lot of software development tools, programming languages, so it can integrate with anybody. But other programming, other cloud service providers, it is not so easy. Correct? So you go to cloud to build your application, to test your application, to deploy your application into the Microsoft managed data centers, which means you just have to configure and deploy. That's it. Rest of the things will be taken care by Microsoft. We don't take care of updating the servers, managing the server, maintaining the server. No, Microsoft will take care of everything else. That's where people are tend to go to Microsoft Azure. So as I said, Microsoft is having many data centers throughout the world, and it is proud to say that it's the one and only cloud service provider in the world which is having more data centers compared to other cloud service providers like AWS, GCP. So you have the course content now. So we are going to cover two certification-based course content. One is AZ900, which is Azure Fundamentals, and one is AZ104, which is the Azure Administration Advanced Concepts. So once we complete the course, you should be able to crack the certification on your own as well. So if in case you have aspirations to complete AZ900, Azure Fundamentals, and Azure Administration, you can do it on your own, right? But we are covering two certification-based course content. Okay. So once you complete this course for 1 month, you can easily get a job. Why? Because I am going to build that confidence. I'm going to cover everything from daily life examples so that you can easily able to understand, right? I believe I made it possible to help you understand what is a physical server and what is a virtual server and why people are crazy in move to cloud. Correct. I believe I'm satisfying in helping you understand, and I might have made justified the demo session. So let's go to certification. Guys, doing the certification is important or not, I wanted to hear from you only. Let's say we would be having 30 to 35 people as part of the batch every time. Let's say we have 35 people as part of the batch. Everybody got trained on Azure Admin in 1 month with me. Let's say only 15 people have trained, and the other, let's say 20 people might have certified as well on Azure Admin. Let's say they have cleared AZ104 certification from Microsoft. And one individual who just took the training is come in front of me. Let's say I'm a technical panel. He is trying to give interview with me. And there's another individual who took training from me and certified as well. So may I know whom I select being a technical panel?
Was giving interviews.
Certified,
No.
certified people.
I'll go ahead and take individuals who satisfy my requirement, who prove the technical ability. I'll take. I don't know whether you certify it on your own or you have given money to somebody and certified. Correct? But my requirement is this: I'm asking questions, you answer. I'll be able to select whether you certify it or not certify. Correct? Why? Because I cannot take a certified engineer blindly. So let's say if I take them into the project and tomorrow they did an escalation, who is responsible for it? It's me who is a project manager who has to be responsible. So certification is not a mandatory, it's optional. But if you really wanted to prove your knowledge by doing a certification, you can genuinely do it. Don't go into an illegal way. Why? Because if you clear the certification genuinely from Microsoft, you can implement something in real time for your customer. Right? But I'll be helping you if in case you really have plans after completing this course to do the certification. I'll be able to help you in guiding the path. And if you certify, it would be a value add in the company for you. But it is not mandatory. But what we are covering AZ900 and AZ104. Later on, once you get a job as an Azure admin, if you spend 6 months or 1 year, and if you wanted to go to Azure architect, Azure DevOps engineer, Azure security engineer, Azure security engineer, or Azure data engineer, you can always go to the role-based certifications. But for everything, the base is Azure admin. Correct? So this is how the certification path. And let's go to something called when we are going to start the new batch. Guys, we are going to start the new batch from tomorrow. Right? So timing would be 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Daily 1 hour we are going to take from Indian time. And the sessions happens every Monday to Friday. And at times I'm going to take Saturday, Sunday as well. So if it is weekend, I'm going to take at least 2 to 3 hours. Why? Because I'm going to talk more from realistic perspective as to how things happens in the project and what is being an Azure admin, what is the role, responsibility, how you have to handle the situation. We'll talk more in the weekend if in case I take it on weekend, right? But daily Monday to Friday, we are going to have 1 hour class and just come with positive attitude. There is no prerequisite needed. Why? Because a fresher can attend, a non-technical individual can attend, an IT employee can attend. So I'm gonna go from a layman scratch. Probably you might have got to know as to what is my way of teaching. I'll go with the daily examples to help you guys correlate. The same way the real-time classes are gonna be. So I'm making your job too easy so that you can easily learn cloud and new technology altogether and the terminologies. Right. So 1 month is a course duration, and what are we going to cover? We are going to cover AZ900 and 104 purely from real time. But because I have huge experience, everything I'll talk from theory, from a daily life example, from a practical customer example, And I'm going to cover interview questions on the same day and tips and tricks, a lot of things that we're going to do. So at the end of the course, you should be in a position to get self-confidence and you should be in a position to crack interview. Correct? So once you spend 1 month with me, so if you're an experienced IT employee, you can easily project 3 to 3.5 years of experience as an Azure admin. Why? Because that is the breadth and depth of technology that we're going to get into it. So this is all about the demo session, guys. I hope I made it possible to help you understand what is physical server and what is virtual, right? So this is how our classes are going to be. Now I'm open to any questions that you have.
I have one question here.
Yeah, Shiva Kumar, go ahead.
Yes. See, post completion of this course, so will I be eligible? To clear this case at 900 exam?
Shiva, can you please talk a bit louder? I barely able to hear you.
No. Post completion of this course, okay. Can I able to clear this ACET 900 certification exam?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you, right? So you can clear both AZ 900, AZ 104 as well.
Okay.
So that's where if you really have plans, even I would be guiding you. That's what my commitment.
Yes, I have a plan to take up the ACET 900 course certification. The second thing is, okay, can we get recordings also post completion of?
Yes, so irrespective whether you come to the classroom or whether you join from online, we will be providing recordings on daily basis, and the lab assignments, lab documents, I will be providing whatever that I discuss. So you go back and you practice.
So
But
if
the
we
only,
have any,
yeah,
if you have any, queries, okay, while practicing this, so how can we reach out to you?
so generally I would be covering all the issues that you might be landing into in advance, right? So daily 1 hour we'll have class. So what we do, let's say tomorrow we are going to start the day 1. So I don't ask any questions. Why? Because we are going and starting the day 1, correct? But probably on Saturday, if we have class, or on Monday, we have the second class, what I do, I'll ask questions on the previous day. So I'll spend 5 to 10 minutes on daily basis, the initial time, to clarify your doubts, to ask a lot of questions. So even I need to look at the progress of yours, correct? Since you guys might be starting from 0, how you guys are progressing, right? So I won't be sharing my mobile number, but what I can do is I'll be emailing you the documents. So you have my email ID. So if in case you got stuck somewhere, you have a technical roadblock, you can always email me with a snapshot, with a description, whatever that you're doing. I would be able to reply whenever I get free time. So this is what I can do. But you generally don't get into any technicalities. Why? Because I'm going to cover everything in advance. So when did you get into technicalities? You know, when you don't follow my class, when you don't look at my recording, and when you wanted to do whatever that you want to do on your own, you tend to get into issues, right? So I'll be letting you know a lot of best practices, so you don't land into anything else.
Thank you.
Welcome. So there's a question from the classroom. Yeah. No, not required. Windows Server, I'll be covering it, but we are not Windows Server admins, Linux admins, system admins. We are the administrations in the cloud. No coding. So we need to do some scripting, PowerShell scripting. We need to know JavaScript. So if you don't know anything, I'm here to teach you. Even after having 15 years of experience, I don't write anything with my hands. I always rely on Google. Why? Because whenever I get a requirement from the client, I would be Googling, I would be getting a script, whatever it is, I'll be customizing and I'll be executing. There is no need to learn anything from scratch. Why? Because PowerShell itself is a 1 month course. Let's say Linux that you're talking is 1 month course. If you talk Windows Server administration, it's also a 1 month course, correct? But this is a package, we are going and covering everything so that you can learn. So our aim is not to become an expert after completing this course base, right? Even after spending almost 7-9 years, I'm calling myself an expert. So let's don't aim towards becoming an expert in 1 month. Just aim, okay, I'm coming with zero knowledge. After completing this, okay, in reality, let me get into intermediate level. So that is what we have to aim. So don't aim for something which we cannot accomplish at all. We can accomplish, we can become an expert, but you need to gain real-time experience, correct? So talk from the facts. There's another question. I think you're asking correct. Any questions from online?
So when selecting the RAM and all those things, you said that it is a CPU 8 and 32 RAM. What is CPU ADR?
8 CPUs, central processing unit, the virtual central processing units. So the
So
maximum
we
that
have
you
8
take, the more that you.
CPUs.
Pardon?
We have 8 CPUs here.
Yes.
8 users.
Not 8 users. It's one virtual
Hmm.
machine having 8 CPUs.
Acha, that
When
much
you have more
powerful.
CPUs, more RAM, more power to your machine, more performance,
Okay.
less latency.
Okay. So when I register as a new for learning purpose, I get a free subscription for 1 month as well as free credits.
Yes. So if you have a valid debit and credit card, you should be getting it. As I said, you the prerequisites correct. Yes.
So for the remote desktop, can we use that on Mac?
Yes, you can use
And-
it on MacBook as well.
So we have to download it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the speed what it shows in the virtual machine, you said in the starting that did we selected Wi-Fi, did we selected the internet, and we selected no. So that means this virtual machine is giving us the internet complete, and we have not to select the physical machine internet.
So this is a VNet virtual network which is being provided by Microsoft within the virtual machine. So there is no interlink between your speed, your Wi-Fi, or internet connectivity, and within the virtual machine, the virtual network. But in order to establish the connection, you need to have your Wi-Fi so that you can connect the machine using the remote desktop connection, and you can experience.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a question from the classroom. Yeah.
How many users you have to access?
Only one user. If you wanted to go with concurrent users, you have to buy the license of RD. That is, you have to put some money to access the same virtual machine by multiple users. You have to buy the license.
But it's still free now if we are in the 1 month of the.
Yeah, but multiple users to access it, you have to take the license. But one user, yes, you can access free of cost until you have the credits remaining for the initial 30 days, the 15,500 plus credits. Any other questions? Okay. Any last questions that I can go ahead and take it up? If we wanted to get into advanced roles, you can. It's all about your career path. Let's say we gone to school, we learned all the subjects. Then we gone to +2 intermediate. We have chosen between engineering, medicine, maths, and science. Right? You decided engineering. Then you have completed engineering. BTech. Then you got into engineering. You might choose a specialization for computer science, engineering, IT, mechanical, civil. Correct? You have chosen. You are getting into the specialty, but you cannot directly get into specialty. You have to first learn the basics. Azure is a base for every other role-based thing. Yeah, Azure Data Factory, data engineering. That is purely from database perspective. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Mustafa, 1 minute. There's a question from the class. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, after completing the certifications, can I get a job as a fresher
Yes, you can.
or something else to do, sir, advance?
It's okay. We have a lot of enough jobs available in the market. So freshers are also eligible to go with this course. A lot of jobs.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, after completing this, what will be my
That's what I said initially, that we'll work closely with the client, we'll get requirements, we have to fulfill. Whatever that you learn here, you have to implement it. It's a simple Azure administrator, cloud administrator, cloud engineer, Azure technical support engineer, whatever that you call. Yeah.
Kranti, sorry to disturb you.
1 minute, Shiva. There's a question from the classroom. Yeah. We do have in the market. We do have. It's up to you. I mean, people will tell 100 things. But I'm a manager. I hire a lot of people. So I know what is the market and how crazy the market is now. So you have positions. So don't come with that negative mindset. Don't take people into consideration. If you wanted to learn, you learn. If you are already in the negative mindset, nobody can help you. Yeah, Shiva, you have a question.
Yeah, Kranti, actually, I want to leave. I mean, go to my office now. Shall I drop this call so that?
Can you please talk a bit louder, Shiva? I'm barely able
No,
to-
actually, I want to drop the session because I want to go to my office. So,
It's okay. Yeah, you can.
sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for attending. Yeah, any final question that I can go ahead and take it up before we call it for the day? Okay, thanks, guys. So as I said, we are going to start the new batch of Azure Admin from tomorrow itself, from 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning, right? So if in case you want to take up, you can reach out to our institute. So thanks, guys. Have a great day and take care.
Thank you.